Thank you, Mercy, for that vitally important question. And I must admit that I and my government have been trying to address this issue on priority. This sentiment was echoed by Ms. Reena Yadav, whom you all heard, and it is so very heartening to see that local leaders and their voices are getting global platforms and recognition to showcase the tremendous lift that local administrations have made in the past few months despite the pandemic. Regards your question, we reckon that maternal and maternity care goes much beyond only healthcare services for the mothers, but sets into motion an experience for lifetime. It's the lived reality of a woman who depends on a responsive system to cater to her needs of not only services but also dignity, privacy, confidentiality, choice, and respect for her as well as her baby. It is not just about a provider or a client, it's about human dignity. That was the reason that our government has been working in an incremental manner to provide respectful maternity care. From instilling a behavior change to help more women deliver in hospitals, to entitlements for absolutely free services, we have come a long way now in providing quality care throughout the pregnancy and childbirth with interventions like Lakshya and midwifery care. Last year, I started a Safe Motherhood Assurance Suman initiative that brings all these services under one umbrella. We are now following a zero tolerance approach for service denial to pregnant women and their newborn babies, and have also strengthened our system for client feedback, grievance redressal, and greater accountability and transparency. The idea is to have a fully responsive and accountable health system that will not only result in a positive birthing experience but also help end preventable maternal and newborn deaths. I strongly believe and agree that women must be empowered to decide for themselves, and therefore we have been trying to utilize multiple contact points through the antenatal and childbirth period to help women make informed decisions around safe motherhood practices, choice of birth companion, identifying referral transport, and postpartum contraception, to name a few. I would also like to add that right now India is transitioning towards a phase of moderate levels of maternal mortality, and our analysis have shown that many of the maternal deaths occur due to delay in timely provision of comprehensive obstetric care. As a clinician myself, I understand that most of this morbidity and mortality could have been prevented through timely cesarean sections. We believe that with better quality of public health care facilities, regular cesarean section audits, adherence to SOPs in the labor room through structured interventions, we shall be able to progress faster. Another important step towards universalization of skilled birth care is introduction of midwifery nurse practitioners in India. We have prepared a detailed roadmap with an aim to scale out midwifery services throughout the country. To sum up, Respectful maternity care is a top priority for India, and we are working with a multitude of service providers to this end. India has been a strong proponent of democratic systems, and we believe in hearing out the voices of the people and respecting their views, opinions, and demands. India is one of the countries that was instrumental in shaping this PMNCH call to action, and we reiterate our commitment to the women, children, and adolescents of India, and we will continuously direct our efforts towards improving their health and well-being. I will also urge the government counterparts and the wider PMNCH community to come forth and state and commit their support and resources towards this call to action and greater good. Let's ensure health for all and that no one is left behind.